Hello, my wonderful friends. I hope you guys are having a great day. Sorry about the false and late start. Having some problems with my my program here. I don't think I'm live on Facebook, so hopefully Facebook people get my message to watch over here on YouTube. So I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thank you again so much for choosing to spend your time with me today. We're going to have such a fun time. All right, if this is your first time watching me, go ahead and put this emoji down in the comments. Hopefully we have our timing fixed, but I don't think so. All right, so I'm going to go back here. All right, let's go ahead. If you would like to sign up for my email list or my card mailing list, all that information is down in the comments or in the description. If somebody could just comment, make sure that you can hear me, that would be wonderful. Just making sure. Not sure what is going on with my setup here lately. Let's see. I'm just going to see if I can hear myself. Yep, I definitely can hear myself on there. Perfect. All right. So for today, what we're going to be working on is the Charming Day bundle. And I did do this once before. I loved the projects, and I did get those out to show you guys. Forgot to grab them. So I'm going to show you those first, and then we're going to get into our project for tonight. The video for these cards that I've already created from the last video, that link is down in the description if you want to see how these cards, the cards from the last video were made. All right, let's go down to my hands. Perfect. All right, so this was card 1. Isn't this beautiful? So pretty. We've got that little detail here in the middle, and the happy birthday. Isn't that font beautiful? And then this was a gorgeous one. This one opens this way, and then it also opens this way. So pretty. And this is our cloud cover foil. And let's see. Then we had this one here, which was kind of my Beauty and the Beast inspired card. So beautiful. And then this was an alternate that I had made, which opens this way and this way. So if you want to see how any of these cards were made, go in the description, and the link is down there for my very first video with this. Or you can go to my channel, and it is, I think, the 4th video in the line of my live videos. All right, so for tonight, our very first card that we're going to make is this beautiful one right here. I apologize for the sun. I have a window that has beautiful light, but it's not working with me right now. So this is our first card. It's a pretty simple card, especially for me, but it is really, really beautiful. We have these popped up here, and these are from the dies. Let me go ahead and show you the bundle for anyone that has not seen the bundle yet. So this is the bundle, Charming Day. So beautiful. Our sentiments are: thanks for being you, happy birthday, can't wait to see you again soon, you made my day, and hey. So fun. And then these are from this die right here. And then we also have a nice detailed die for a rose here and here, and these leaves here. And these cut out the stamps here. So for this one, we're going to be using this stamp, or this die right here, to do all of these flowers and leaves. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. This is such a fun little pretty card here. Let's stick this over here. It is a lot of die cutting, but it is well worth it. As you can see, it's gorgeous. All right, so we're going to start out with a pretty in pink card base here. Make sure I have it going the right way. Hey, Erin. Thank you. Hopefully tonight's video is going better. I'm having trouble with Facebook, but I think that YouTube is really good. But yes, isn't it beautiful? I love it too. And we're going to go this way actually for this one. So this is a portrait, and we're going to do a landscape for this one. I thought it'd be kind of fun to see how they might look different. So this is part of the Floral Charm DSP that we have. It is the back of this page here, which we're going to be doing a fun card with this one later. So we're going to use this here, which is our Blackberry Bliss. And for this, all I'm going to do, it is the same size as our card front here, which is 5.5 by 4 1/4. And I am just going to take the little glue glob off of here. Keep getting those even though I put the cap on. All right, so this is going to go across the whole front of our card. I wanted this to be kind of like a fun, almost like a collage kind of thing, but it goes the whole width and, you know, the whole card. I thought it would be beautiful that way. All right, so I have all my pieces here. See if I can lose any. I'm pretty good at that. All right, so I've already die cut everything. So when I die cut these, I was pretty much just die cutting for what I needed. So you can tell some of these are not die cut fully. Like this one here, this is a full die cut here. And here I kind of, let's see, where's the camera? Here we go. I kind of die cut a little bit different, just saving paper because I knew I wasn't going to need it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how I cut these apart. So I just took my paper snips, and I'm just going to go around and snip off the little edges here that are holding the leaves on, and you really can't tell with that. Isn't that beautiful? And then here I'm just going to do a little snip there, and you are going to have this little, you can see this little bit up here. You're just going to round that out. Just kind of round that out so it kind of blends in. And so there we've got 2 of our pieces. So I'm just going to do that with the rest of them. So we're just cutting right, if I can get my scissors in here, right along where the leaves are touching the petal. That's where we're just going to snip it straight off. And this is just going to let us have these beautiful florals to put on our card as a decorative kind of piece. You know me, I like to use what I've got and get creative with it. So that's what we're doing tonight. All right, so we've got those. How many do I need of these? Oh, we missed this one. Oh, he's cut off there. But you know what? I think that was okay because we have one that's cut off down here. And then we need our pink. This is Pretty in Pink. And then we have Petal Pink. We're going to get that one off. Got all these pieces still on here. But I wanted to show you guys how I cut these off and how they came out of the machine so that you could understand how to recreate this card. So it's so beautiful. All right, and we're just going to round this one out, and I think, yep, I do need these. So we're going to do the same thing here, and I think I only need one of these. Hopefully I have enough of the pink. Yeah, I have 4. It's always interesting trying to make sure that I have cut everything before going live. I always feel like I have, but there's times that I'm like, man, I forgot that. Okay, so I'm going to move this up here. Okay, So we're going to do this one portrait or landscape. This one's portrait. So we're going to go with landscape here. I'm going to, as I go here, pop these little things out because I forgot. And you just stick your little tool in there. You can use take your pick tool. And they just pop right out. So I'm going to pop these out here. And then we're just going to kind of visually set these around how we think we're going to want them. And it's okay if they go off the side of the page, as I did like here and here. I thought that added a little bit of something different to the card, letting it flow off the card and kind of extend and look like it's going to keep going. All right. Some of these are really stuck. So this is the petal pink, and the pretty pink. I thought that these colors went really good with the Blackberry Bliss here. They just were really pretty together. I tried a bunch of different colors, a bunch of different of the pinks, but these were it. These were the ones that were the best. So I'm just going to try to kind of alternate here. So we're going to kind of stick these guys around. And I do want these flowers to be in different directions. So if we have, this one going down, I want this one to kind of go up. And then let's see, let's have this one here. Put this guy up here. Oh, we missed one. Let's see if I can just get these out. There we go. And we're going to put this guy here. Let's see. We're going to go like this. And then put our pink here. And then we can do this guy. Man, I missed a couple of them here. This guy's going to go here. Then maybe we'll put him here. That works. Maybe we'll flip these like that. There we go. We just kind of want it to be kind of evened out here. So then what I did, I'm going to take my dimensionals, and I'm just going to, probably should use my minis. That might be a little bit easier. So I'm just going to flip these over and put my dimensionals here on the back. Get these little pieces out of my way here. And, whoops, I'm just going to take those backings off if I can get them. There we go. And let's go ahead and stick this guy right here. I'm going to grab some mini dimensionals here. It's been a while since I've used mini dimensionals. I have been on a regular size dimensional kick for quite a while. All right, so I'm going to put some of these here. And this is just however many you feel like you are going to want to have on there to keep it popped up. I found that as long as you had one on each side, you were pretty good. Because we're going to also stick these leaves down in the, like nestle them down there in the, let's see, in between the flowers here. All right. Oh, good. I'm glad it sounds good. Perfect. All right. So, I'm going to keep going here. And this is, it is a die cut heavy card, but man, it packs a punch. It's so beautiful when it's done. All right, I'm going to put this guy. I got to make sure that this edge, we're going to put him over here because we have this edge. Put this guy there. We'll move him over here. And aren't these colors beautiful together? I love the pink, the pretty and pink, and the petal pink with the Blackberry Bliss. It's just, it pops and it's gorgeous. So pretty. And I do recommend putting all of the flowers down before you put down the leaves, I think that it lets you figure out a little bit easier where you want those leaves to set. Let's go with this one here and this one there. Kind of even out our colors here. Put this guy up here. Whoops. Here we go. The minis are always challenging for me to get their pieces off. All right, I don't think we have one going this way yet. So we'll put this one here. Perfect. All right, we got that one down. So we just have these two here. Let's see. We're going to have to move this guy. He doesn't look right. Let's move him this way. My dimensional came off. There we go. All right, and then he's going to go right there. Whoops. I think I got that. Nope, I didn't. I just have pieces all over me. All right, so we're going to, let's see, which direction have we not gone? Let's go this way. And then I'm just going to take it this way. So, whoops, stick that there and that there. And then we can just stick this one going partially off. Just make sure, let's go this way with it since I have my dimensionals there. Here we go. Just like that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to flip it over. I'm going to take my paper snips and I am just going to snip where I'm holding my scissors right up against the card base, and I'm just going to snip it right off. And I'm just going to do that for all the pieces that I have that went over the edge. I think there was one here, slightly. There we go. Isn't that pretty? So pretty. And you can go back and add dimensionals as you want. So how I got the leaves for this was I went and I die cut this same die here with, let me pull the die out here. So I went back and I ran this through with Petal Pink. I ran this through with Pretty in Pink. And then I ran this through with both Mossy Meadow and this is Old Olive. So I ran just this die through a bunch of different times to get the different colors that I wanted. So some of these, this one is Mossy Meadow, which I'm going to pair, I think, with the, no, I liked the lighter with that one. So we're going to pair this, the dark Mossy Meadow, with our Pretty in Pink. And then I'm just snipping these off here from the flowers. I don't need the flowers anymore. So, and I want just two on here. So we'll stick this guy right here. Nope, he is this guy. You are a Petal Pink. And so I just went through and cut these out. I just cut a bunch of them off. I'm just going to snip this right along the edge there. And this, let's see, this one here, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to put you here. And then we're going to take this guy, stick you there. And we're just going to go back and forth and, you know, put them down as we, where we think that we want them, what looks good. So we've got, if this is going to go here, and I'm kind of going in different directions as well to kind of make it so that it's all over the place. Hey, Amy, how you doing? All right, let's go. Yep, let's go over here. Then I know I have more over here. So we need a dark and a light. So I'm going to snip this one, which this goes with our Pretty in Pink here. So we'll put that one there. let's see, have a old olive here. This one can go. Let's stick this one here. And there's no rhyme or reason for it. I am just, or for where to put your leaves. It's just kind of where you think they look best. Okay, so we're going to put this guy right there. Do we like this? Let's pull that away. Maybe we want this guy. I think I do like it this way. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go back through and stick dimensionals on the back. You can stick it under one or all the leaves, however you want to secure it. You can also glue all these pieces if you would like. But the way I designed it was that they are popped up, and that gives it extra dimension, which is really, really pretty. Let's see if I can get this guy under there. There we go. All right. So we're just going to keep putting down these leaves. How was your day? Did you guys have a great day? It's pretty busy, and it is so hot here in North Carolina. It's crazy, crazy hot. We did get some rain last night, which was really nice. It cooled it down for a few minutes, but not for long. But the thunder last night was really different. It was very, like, deep booms. Never heard that before. It was different. All right, let's stick this guy here. Go ahead and do this one since he's coming off. I really have enjoyed this bundle so much. It's such a beautiful, beautiful set of paper, the stamps, the dies, all of it. It's just gorgeous. All right, and then we'll go with this one. I think I'm almost done with them all. I was trying to work with the, yeah, the thunder was loud, right, Amy? It was crazy. It was like, what is going on? Mother Nature is really upset right now. Yes, one work day down. 4 more to go, right? Till the weekend. All right, let's put this guy. I don't want him on top of my other flower, though. There we go. So this guy, he's not stuck. Yeah, it's so much fun. This Charming Day bundle is so fun to play around with colors. Even with the DSP, if you just don't use, like with this, we're not necessarily using the actual colored floral part of the DSP. So you can put pair whatever colors you want to pair with it. Which is kind of what I did here, because Pretty in Pink is not one of the colors in the set, in the paper. But I picked the background piece, which was Blackberry Bliss, and I went based off of that. So you can really customize whatever color choices you want with the way that you design. Let's see, it's this one. I think this is the last one, right? Let's see. Yep. So, and I really enjoy the difference in green here. The light in the old olive versus these are sticking to me, versus the mossy meadow, which is a bit darker. I almost went with Granny Apple, but it was a bit too bright off of the purple. All right, so it's going to go this way. Our card opens this way. All right, so for our sentiment, I have a piece of Who's Surprised glimmer paper. This is the Petunia Pop. I believe this is still in stock. It was I think it was yesterday I looked. It was yesterday. It is on the last chance items. So if you want it, go grab it quick. And this is just a piece of basic white. And what we're going to do is we're going to stamp Happy Birthday, which comes from our set here, which is this one here. And the thing with the Happy Birthday, you've just got to be okay with it being a little crooked. I cannot for the life of me get it straight. And we're going to do Blackberry Bliss. It just, because it is not straight to begin with, see how it's kind of curved? You just got to kind of come to terms with you're not going to be able to stamp it straight. And if you can, then you have a magical touch. All right. So I put that down in Blackberry Bliss, and I'm just holding it for a second. So pretty. All right. Then, stick this over here. I'm going to glue down the basic white to my glimmer paper. Isn't that so pretty? Oh, it's so pretty. I would love to get this card for birthday, especially with the glimmer paper. You guys know I love my glimmer. All right, then we just need to figure out where we want to put this on our card. So we have multiple different options, which is one thing that I really liked when I was working with this design is you can put it wherever you want and it's still going to look good. Let's see. Let's just go with, let's go right here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my dimensionals and I'm going to figure out, so I'm going to put one here because I know that it's going to hit there. And then we have a space here, which I actually think I'm going to use a mini. Just pop that off there. You can double them if you want to, but I just have it going across the flower there. Make sure this is straight. It's hard to tell with the sentiment being crooked. All right. Yep, we're on there. And I'm just going to stick another mini under this corner here just to keep it down. Isn't that so pretty? Oh, it's gorgeous. And if you have pieces like this that flip up, all you can do is just stick a little tiny bit of glue, hold it down for a second, and it will glue right down. All right, so to embellish, I'm going to use the iridescent faceted gems. I love these. These are one of my top favorite embellishments that we have, and I put 5 on here. I thought that it needed a lot of bling, so I'm going to do the same thing here. Let's do, oh wait, did I do, no, that is a big one. This is a little one. Let's see, so we're going to do one here. The more bling, the better, in my opinion. You guys agree? I love my 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, and then we'll do, let's go right here. Yeah, let's go right here. And that is card 1. Isn't that beautiful? So pretty, and it's popped up. You've got that dimension there. It's still very simple with just a flat base there, but it really packs a punch with the those elevated florals right there. So we have a portrait and a landscape. You can pick which one you like. Recreate that. All right, so for card number 2, I had a hard time deciding what I was going to do with this. So I did a couple different versions of it. So this one here was my first version. And here you can notice this is shiny. I'm going to show you how we're going to do that. But I used our DSP on the background, and I used a bunch of different colors here. This was Pretty Peacock, and we have Misty Moonlight. Hey, Marrier. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, definitely watch the replay. You definitely have to let me know which card you like. So these flowers are petal pink, which I thought popped really well off of this card, and it opens this way. So this was my first draft of it. Then I wanted to get a little fancy, so I did, this is Misty Moonlight, and I did the flowers in that peach pie glimmer paper, just to kind of see how that would look, and it's so pretty. And then I did the little leaves that came off them here on the inside, just to add a little bit something extra. Then this is the one I've settled on. This is the first of the one I settled on. So this one I used the glimmer paper. This is the Petunia Pop. And then we have Coral, Calypso Coral. This is Timid Tiger, and this one is Petunia Pop for our florals there. And I'm actually loving the way this background works with all the colors here, and it opens this way. I hope you have a good day, Marrier. So glad you're able to join for a few minutes. All right, so this is the one we are going to make tonight. As you can see, this is a shiny piece right here on our vase here. And again, this is Calypso Coral, Timid Tiger, and we have Petunia Pop. This background paper is also from our Floral Charm DSP. So we're kind of using all the things for this one. All right, so I'm going to move these aside here and show you how we did this. So I took a piece of, this is Petal Pink, all these pinks with P's. It's so hard. So this is Petal Pink, and then this is our DSP. The back of it, the floral side is this side, but I'm using this beautiful Berry Burst side. So this is going to stick right down here, and I'm going to, and this is just one piece, 5.5 by 4.25, because our opening is going to be right here. So I'm going to take my glue here, and I'm going to glue down the DSP right there. Scooch this over a touch. There we go. Then I have my Pretty in Pink layer here, and this is 9 by 3. Pretty sure that's 3. And it is scored at 3 3/4. I think it is. It's whatever half is. No, 4 and 3/4. I think. So this is going to go here in the middle. Math is hard today, guys. All right, so this is going to be the piece of DSP we're using for this. The back of this one is the beautiful Mossy Meadow. And I have just a teeny tiny border here, if you can see, around our DSP. I just wanted to see a touch of that Petal Pink. Let's go ahead and burnish this. Get this nice and flat. And I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. Let's see which way I'm going up. There we go. I've done that a couple of times. Put it on upside down. All right. And then this is just going to, see how that that little bit of the petal pink around the edge just kind of pops it. Oh, it's so pretty. I'm going to put my glue here on the back, and then I'm going to center this right here. Push that down. All right, and then we're going to just go ahead, since we're already doing all our paper here. This is basic white, and I am going to glue this on the inside. Here we go. All right, now for the fun part, the decorating. So I have all these other pieces up here. I don't want to get them mixed up. Okay, so here are all the pieces for this. I do already have the shiny piece cut out, but I'm going to show you how I did it. You see that shine on there? So pretty. All right, what I did was I took a piece of this is Blackberry Bliss, and I took some packing tape, and I'm just going to pull. It's going to get loud. There we go. Just a little bit. We're just going to stick this down. And then, we're just going to rub this down. You basically, I don't know if you can tell. Yeah, you can tell. You see there's a little bit of white film in there, but see, like over here, it turns the color of the paper. We're basically just wanting to rub it until we get it so that we have all the, I guess that's the air bubbles. I'm not sure what that is, but until we get it so that it is looking the color of the paper. And you really only need some of it. And then what I did from here was I took our Cheers and Sips dies, and I used, got all my stuff in here, I used our little wine cup here. I stuck it down on the shiny part, the part we put the tape, ran it through my cut emboss machine, and I got this, which is now shiny. Isn't that pretty? I forget where I found that little trick. It might have been Wendy Lee, possibly. Can't remember. Oh, I need to put this back. Guys, I'm going to lose it. I've already lost a couple dies here and there. All right, put this back so I don't lose it. All right, so that's how I got the shiny. Isn't that a fun little trick? All right, so this is going to sit here, and we've got all our pieces. So let's see, we've got our flowers, and then we've got all of our, I'm just going to take my colors out here. All right, so what I did with this was I flipped it over to the back, and I took some tear and tape, and I'm just going to stick this down across the, this is the back, yeah, across the back here. And I did two little lines of it because I wanted to make sure it stuck. And I'm going to take these off. Let's grab my little tool here. There we go. So much easier. So we have our tear and tape back there. I have a little piece that's kind of going over the side. And what I'm going to start with is this piece here. This is one of the dies from our set. It is this die right here. Got myself all stuck on everything. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this down on my DSP here, and I'm going to put it where I want it to sit. So, and you can go over the edge. I went over the edge here. It's just a matter of preference. So I think I'm going to have it sit right there. So then I'm going to take my, my wine glass, my vase, and I'm going to eyeball where I'm going to want it to be centered. And then I'm just going to push down on just this corner so that I can just have it stick right on that piece right there. All right, then I'm going to take my old olive piece. This is also from our bundle. This piece is this die right here. And gosh, this tape is sticky. I'm going to nestle this back here. Get that put right there. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, that's so pretty. Then I'm going to grab my dimensionals here. And I put 4 dimensionals. Is it necessary? Probably not. But when I was working with this, and you guys saw I made quite a few different ones, it was like wiggly, wobbly when it didn't have 4. It didn't sit flat, and with the shiny part on there, I felt like it really needed to sit flat. So I used 4. And I'm just going to try to get this where I had it. There we go. Push that down. So there we have our, isn't that cute? So pretty. Have the start of our vase. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, this is a mossy meadow, and I'm just going to kind of stick it back here because I just kind of want to extend the way that my leaves are. And I think I want it right there. I'm going to grab my dimensionals. I'm going to do the mini. Let's see. Put that one there. I'm going to cut a couple here because these are still a little bit big. All right. Then let's stick this guy here. And I don't think we're going to see that, even though it's off the edge there, because I think we're going to be covering it. Whoops. Come on. There we go. All right, so I'm just going to line the stem of this up kind of underneath here so that it kind of looks like it's growing out on its own. There we go. Then we're going to work with our flowers here. So this is our Calypso Coral. And there we go. This one I had kind of tucked over here. Our Timid Tiger, I had him kind of stick in here, and then our Petunia Pop is going to go right up here. And I kind of laid these out before I put them down with dimensionals, just so that I made sure they were where I wanted them, and they weren't, I didn't want them touching, although they were touching here. But however works for you, wherever you want them. But for this card, yep, I do have this piece. I don't want them to touch, so, and I'm just going to put one more. Let's just cut a couple of these because we're going to be putting down 3 of these. All right, so we've got this one. Whoops. These guys are all over the place today. All right, cut that one. And this one. And, all right, tear and tape, you got to move over. I'm going to put this guy right here. Then let's go with our Calypso Coral. I'm going to stick this one here. And you can definitely glue these down if you would like. But I thought they were really pretty popped up. And I love my dimensionals so, so much. All right, there we go. Stick this guy over here. So we're going to put our Calypso Coral. Isn't that an interesting color combination? Calypso Coral and Timid Tiger, and then Petunia Pop. I never would have put these together until this paper. All right, I'm going to stick this guy kind of right here. And then we've got our Petunia Pop. And he's going to go right there at the top. Gotta have him at the top because Petunia is my favorite. But I also wanted, you know, the like colors to kind of be beside each other. Thought it looked better that way. Nope, I didn't get that off. That one's really hard to get off. It's so tiny. All right, so this one here, I'm just going to nestle him right here. And we just want to make sure it's not going to go above our seam right here, because then we can't open our card. So, let's see. We're still going to be touching. Let me see if I can pop this one up. Pull him down. Here we go. Isn't that pretty? Now we're just going to fill in with our leaves here. So I'm going to stick this one here and I'm going to glue it. So I'm just going to put a little dab of glue and then hold it for a second. Then I did these in, I cut these down when I was doing this because I felt like it was better with smaller pieces, adding smaller pieces, because we've, that's pretty. So I'm going to put dimensionals on that one. Because we've already got so many around, we just want a couple. My scissors. We just want a couple here and there to kind of fill in and give a little bit of fullness in the arrangement. All right. This guy, I'm going to stick him here. Then let's see, maybe one more. I tend to like these in threes. So we can do one here. Let's do it right here. And then I'm going to take that last one. And I think I needed to put it on this guy. Might be a little bit big. And it's going to nestle him down in here. And it's okay if it goes off the edge this way, as long as it doesn't go over this edge right here to go into the envelope. Isn't that so pretty? Can't get this up. So pretty. And we still have some that are loose and popping up. This gives it kind of like a bit of movement there and texture. Then, let's see. Is that all my pieces off of there? I think so. So then we have our sentiment here. And for the sentiment, I have a piece of, this is 3/4 of an inch by 1 inch. And this is fresh freesia. And I did use Blackberry Bliss to match with our vase right there. And I just used this little tiny hay that comes from our bundle, our Charming Day bundle. And I'm just going to ink this up here. I'm going to stamp that down and hold it for a second. I always like to hold it for a second to make sure it transfers enough of that ink. All right. Then, put this guy back here. All right. It's dry, right? Yep. All right. Let's close this, Cassie, because you're going to get that all over you. Is anybody else like me? Any kind of red or purple or pretty peacock, you're going to get it on you. That's me. All right, so I'm going to put it on the side, this side over here, because that's where it's going to kind of end up hitting. But we're going to overlap, come on, we're going to overlap this side here with our vase here. So I'm just going to eyeball that it's kind of the same here and here. There we go. So pretty. All right, then we need our bow, and for that we're using this new ribbon, Petunia Pop iridescent ribbon. Isn't this beautiful? Look at this. Look at the shimmer on it. Can you see that? How pretty is that? This actually comes with one of our Halloween sweets, but I'm not a Halloween kind of person, so I didn't get that sweet, but I got the ribbon because it's Petunia Pop. I couldn't not get it. That's my color. So I'm just going to do a little tiny bow here, as tiny as I can get it. I was trying to use on one of the other cards that I made the thicker white ribbon, I think it's the woven ribbon, or no, it's the white linen ribbon. Man, I could not get that bow very small. I had to give up. I was like, I don't think it's going to get any smaller. All right. Our tails need to be smaller here. Whoops, come here. And this ribbon is very light. So it's very easy to work with. There we go. Let's just pull our tails a little bit. There we go. Yes. Isn't that so cute? Little tiny bow. All right, I'm going to grab a glue dot. Whoops. Probably should use tear and tape, but it is a little bit difficult getting it to stick on the tape. The shiny part of our vase here. I guess I could have put seal down too, and it might have stuck. I'm going to put 3 of these because I want it to make sure it has one of them to stick. All right, so he's going to go right there. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Love this ribbon. All right, and then we've got to do our little piece inside. So I can open it. Here we go. I just took one of our pieces of leaf and I glued it down in here. And since this was kind of like a sample I was making, I just made I used a scrap that I had that was just a tiny bit smaller for basic white. But this is, I always like, on these smaller ones, I always like 1/4 of an inch around. There we go. I'm just going to put a couple little dots here. And one down here. There we go. And I'm just going to stick this here. Whoops, go back. There we go. All right, put my lid back on here. There we go. Perfect. All right, isn't that so pretty? Now we get to embellish. So I used the Charming Shimmer Faceted Dots. This comes with the Charming, or the Floral Charm Suite, which is the Charming Day stamps, dies, and then the paper, the Floral Charm DSP, and then you get these and a ribbon. It's like a woven, it's a thick woven ribbon. That is part of the suite. And I think I used the Berry Burst here. So these are going to go around on the floral part here. Stick these 3 here just to kind of give it a little bit of shimmer. Then we're going to do our butterflies around the perimeter of the card there, because it just looked a little plain for me without anything there. So I'm going to stick one here. That's a large one. I'm going to do one right here, which is smaller, and then another smaller. Oh, are you going to stay? Here we go. Put him over here. And that is card number 2. Isn't that beautiful? So pretty. Flip it up. And you can also add Wink of Stella if you want on these. Our shimmer pin here. Just add a little bit of that across the petals here and give it extra shimmer there. Let's see if I can sort of. Nope. But it's there. I can do a little bit of shimmer on these. Give it a little bit of that extra shine. That extra glam. So pretty. Love it. To let me know what you think of that card. All right, and then our final card for tonight is a really fun card. I'm just going to scoot all my pieces up here, all my extra bits and pieces. And this one is a fun fold. So we're going to make this one right here. And this one pops out. Come on, you were glued. There we go. Pops out this way. And then you can write your message on the back. And this guy was glued, so let's glue him because he was stuck down. Here we go. All right. So we have a little pocket here, which is where we slide our little card in. And then we have our message here on the back. So let me show you how I created this. This is such a cute card. All right. So for this, I used a bubble bath base. And I'm going to burnish that. And I cut off, I believe this is 2.5. This is 2.5 inches, I think. Nope, it is 1 3/4 inch off the off one side of it. Then what we're going to do is I also cut a piece of DSP, and I cut it so that it was 4 inches across. So we had that 1/4 inch to go around, but I cut it at 6 up. And I did that so that I had enough room for this top piece to slide underneath this piece here. So we had it, you know, it continued all the way down. And then we can just trim this piece as we need. So what we're going to do, I'm going to take this piece right here, and I'm going to glue it right here with a 1/4 inch border. So that's going to go right here. And then when this flips up here, you can see it ends right here. So we have this much that has that DSP, which I'm going to show you why we want that. This is not burnished very well. Maybe I didn't burnish it. Maybe I forgot. All right, so this one here, I'm going to take quarter. I think I'm going to take, let's see, where is my trimmer? I'm just going to take off 1/8 and see what that does. That should be plenty. Because I want it to line up here at the top. Yep, perfect. So we have our border going around. Perfect. So what I'm going to do, if I can get a hold of the paper, I'm going to glue this down. I'm going to try to make sure that my edges match up and that I have it kind of snug at the top so that we're not seeing that bubble bath seam. Perfect. Just like that. You see, you can't even really tell that the bubble bath is there, but it is. Then what we're going to do is we are going to take any circle punch you have. This just happened to be the one I had next to me. This is a 2-inch. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the little flap. So we have our card that closes. I'm going to take the flap of it, and I'm just going to line it up here in the center-ish. Hold it, and then I think I moved it. Pop it out. And then there we go. And this is why I cut it a little bit longer, because I want it to continue with that DSP down. I didn't want to see the bubble bath pink. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to close it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a thin line right at the edge of both of these sides. Very, very thin, just like this. Can you see that? Sort of. Here we go. Very, very thin. And I'm just going to hold that down. Just want that to glue itself and stay stuck. So then we have our pocket. All right. Now let's work on our cute card, pull-out card here. So for one side, the back side is going to be basic white, and then we have our bubble bath for the front. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue them together. And this is the second arch from the Everyday Arches dies. The second arch from the outside is the size that this is for both the basic white and that petal bubble bath. All right. And then this will just slip right down in there. Perfect. All right. Now we need to get our pieces out here. So put this right here. We're going to do these flowers up here and then our stems. So to do this, I fussy cut these flowers out of the DSP. So let me show you the page that I chose to do this with. And let me see if I have a full page of it. I'm sure I do. It's back here somewhere. Here it is. This piece right here. So I just went through and I just cut out, I fussy cut which is just hand cutting with scissors, if you are not familiar with that term. And this is the same paper that we have on here. It's just the back. This is the back. So I just fussy cut these out to get these pieces here. And then to get our stems here, like this, I used our die from our set here, which is this die right here. And what I actually did, because I did not need the top here, what I did was I took just the, like right about here and down, and I just stuck it on my paper like that and ran it through. So that's why I ended up with little pieces of the flower up there at the top like that, because I didn't need that flower. So I just didn't want to waste my paper, you know, so I was like, well, I'll just do it this way. It's a nice little hack there. So what I'm going to do is take my scissors here, and I'm just going to snip this off, and we're going to do a pink with this is old olive. Here's another pink and another old olive. Snip this guy off. And then our purple is going to be, whoops, come back here, is going to be our mossy meadow. Snip that off. And that's going to go right here. So what I did first was I put my arch in my pocket. I got it where I'm going to want it when I hand it to the person or give it to the person. So I want it to be like that. I feel like that's pretty centered there. Maybe. There we go. Then I'm going to lay this out like this. That's kind of how I'm going to want it. I'm going to show you this way here. It just fits right over top of the edges. So I'm going to take my dimensionals here. I'm going to take 2 of these. And I know I'm going to want this one like right about here, so I'm going to stick a dimensional here and here. Then I can take these off, and I'm just going to lightly lay this down, just in case I want to move it when I lay these others. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put 2 dimensionals here. And then, this is my pink, isn't it? Yep. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to kind of try to match it up on this side. Whoops, come back here. Come on. Thank you. All right. There we go. Then for our purple that I did here in the middle, I doubled up my dimensionals here. So I put one down, took off the sticky part. I'm going to take another one and put the sticky part on top of that, the other sticky part, and then take the top piece off. And I'm going to stick that down just like that. Isn't that pretty? All right. And then I'm going to take another dimensional here, and I'm just going to push it together. It's a full dimensional, but now it's kind of a double. And I'm just going to stick that right here under this one. And I'm going to do that to the other side as well. So I'm just going to take a dimensional off. I'm going to take the paper off, and then I'm just going to smush it together till it looks like half a dimensional, but it's really a double dimensional. And I'm going to stick that under there. And that's just to help it stay stuck down there. Then we're going to take our stems here and pull this guy out. Helps if you don't hold it down. So we're going to do the old olives on the outside and then the mossy in the middle. And I trimmed off this one on this side for when I initially put it down. And I'm just going to take my glue. I'm just going to do a little couple dabs here. Flip it this way. And, oops, there we go. And I'm just going to glue it right there. I just tucked it right under that flower petal there. And then I'm going to do this one here. And I'm going to take this piece off. Just going to snip that down so you can't even tell that it was there, which is really nice. So this one, got glue on me, is going to sit right here. So you can do the same thing, add a little bit of glue. And then tuck this guy under here. And if it doesn't, if you don't get enough glue under it, you can always flip it back up and stick a little bit more glue. And so now we're going to do our mossy. And I did not cut either of those leaves on this one. So just going to do a couple dabs of glue. A little goes a long, long way. And I need some down at this bottom here. All right. This guy, he's going to go right here. Let me see. I want this leaf underneath here. There we go. Let's see if this dimensional is not working for me. So we're just going to try one. See if maybe it'll just stick itself. That's better. All right. There we go. Then I have one of these. This is in Fresh Freesia. This is from our a new bundle that we have, Label Me Grateful. And it is the die from the die set here. It's this one here. And cut that out with Fresh Freesia. Then I'm going to take this and I'm going to stamp Hello Friend, which this Hello Friend is from our newest paper pumpkin, the Sweeter with You paper pumpkin. It has this cute little strawberry, so pretty, but it has this huge Hello Friend on here, and I thought that was perfect for right here. And I used Berry Burst, and sorry about that, I hit the camera. Alright, so we're going to stick this down here. Come here. I'm just going to ink this up in Berry Burst. And I'm going to stamp Hello Friend. There we go. And then while we're at it, we can go ahead and stamp our front piece, which is You Are So Appreciated, which is also from the Label Me Grateful bundle in the stamp set here. I just needed something a little bit larger to go on these. So that's why we're swapping bundles for the sentiments here. So I'm going to take this other die cut here. We're going to do You Are So Appreciated. And stamp that here in the middle. A little crooked, but it's okay. Alright. Hopefully I won't get this on me. Alright, there we go. Now, we're going to put Hello Friend right here. It's going to cover up the ends of our stems here. So it kind of looks like Hello Friend, and you're kind of they're growing up. So we're going to put some glue here. And I'm going to stick this right here. I kind of want to make sure that it is the same on either side, the way it's hitting the edge here. There we go. Isn't that pretty? Cute little tag, right? Then we're going to flip you over, and we're going to take our Berry Burst, that's the wrong drawer, Berry Burst, our blending brush here, and I'm just going to blend a little bit of Berry Burst right here. I'm not even going to put anything on my brush. I'm just going to kind of blend that in there. Then I'm going to take a piece off of here, which it looks like I used this piece right here. So we'll cut this one off. And again, this is from the Charming Day bundle, and it is this die right here. And this is Mossy Meadow that I cut out. And then this is just going to simply glue. Whoops, that came out real quick. See if I can not make a mess. There we go. Okay, so we're just going to stick that down there just for a little bit of decoration. Then we need to mimic what we did on the front to the back, because it doesn't look very good like this. For me, I wanted it to look prettier than it was. So for this, I glued these down. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue here. And I just kind of tried to match it up. But then I tried to make sure you couldn't really see that the back, this one from the front. And I'm going to do the same over here. Just put a little bit of glue just to kind of, oops, hide some of that DSP up here because it didn't look the best. Here we go. You can see it a little bit here, but that's okay. And then for our purple piece, I took 2 dimensionals, stuck one here, and I'm gonna stick him, come here, thank you, right here. So now we have pretty flowers on the front and the back. Isn't that cute? All right, then let's go back to the front here. We're going to put our card in here now, just like this. And see how it just folds right or tucks right over there? All right, so we're going to put our You Are So Appreciated die cut here. on with dimensionals. So I'm going to pull some dimensionals here. I'm going to do 5. Okay, we'll just go like this. And we'll just stick that guy right there. Got to use all our dimensionals. Every single one. Whoops. All right, and then, come here. Don't want to put it upside down. I am going to center this here as best I can. It's a little crooked because I stamped it crooked, but it's all good. It's so pretty. All right, then we're going to do our little flower here, which I better not have lost that flower. Good, it's right here. So there is a teeny flower in this paper, this DSP, and it is this right here. There's a couple throughout, another one here. So you can kind of pick where, I think this is the one I picked when I cut it out earlier, and I just kind of rounded my corners off there. So this is going to go right here, but I need to have a little stem. So I'm going to take this piece right here, cut that off, and then this is going to go right over top of those 2 leaves there. And I'm just going to take, I need a regular size dimensional. So let's get a new pack here. I'm going to take my regular size dimensional here and stick it here in the middle. And that's going to hold on our flower to the top, to the, whoops, to that stem. And then I stuck this guy. Actually, I put a little bit of glue before I did that, just so that it stuck. And it's going to go right there. And then for over here, I used what was left of this stem here. And I'm going to glue that as well. Whoops. It's a little too much. All right. And then we didn't pop out our middles here. Why aren't you popping out? You know what? We have a whole nother one, so we're going to do this one because I want these pieces popped out. There we go. So we have this piece here popped out. I should have checked that before. I always forget some of these have little tiny pieces. So we are going to cut. Where did I cut on this one? I cut right here. Okay. There we go. All right, now let me glue it. It's probably better because that one was kind of had a little too much glue. You can also use adhesive sheets. That would have been super smart for me to do, but I didn't. I always forget those. All right. We're gonna stick this down here, and then I'm gonna put a mini dimensional behind that top leaf so that it'll stay down. There we go. I don't think I got glue over here. Stick that there. So cute, right? Then we just have to embellish. And for that, I used, of course, the brushed brass butterflies. I love these. So I'm going to do a large butterfly. I'm going to put him here. And then I'm going to do 2 smaller. So let's put one here. And how about right here? And that is our final card. Isn't that beautiful? And it pulls right out very easily. We have our little card here, and you can write your message. And then we have our little pocket here. And this just slides right back in. And those two edges will just go right over top. So, so pretty. All right, you have to let me know which one of these three is your favorite. All right, let me show you what all we have made today. So, this was card 3. Hi, Elaine. And then this was card 2, and this is card, actually this is card 1, because we did the landscape. So pretty. Love, love, love these cards. Aren't they gorgeous? This Charming Day bundle is so much fun to play with. You can make so many beautiful, beautiful cards. Tons and tons of options when it comes to this Charming Day bundle. All right. Hi. So my next live is going to be next Monday, which is August 7th. Can you guys believe it's almost August? That is crazy. It'll be at 6:30 p.m. and I'm going to be working with the Notes and Totes bundle again. I'm really excited. I have a lot of new ideas to work with it. So I did do another video before with that, but I can't wait to play with it again. And this Charming Day bundle, I also did another video on that, and I did, let's see, I had those cards. Did this one. Let me put you back down real quick. I'll show you. It's easier down. So the first round I did this card. There was this one here. Opens this way and this way. And then there was this one. And this was an alternative that I did to that second one there. And the video for these is linked in my description. So if you haven't seen that one, you definitely want to go see that one. That video was also gorgeous. And then these cards as well are so, so pretty. So if you haven't already, go ahead and follow me on all my socials. I have Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Make sure that when you're subscribed to my YouTube, you hit that bell so you will be notified anytime that I go live or post a video. And if you enjoyed tonight's video, go ahead and put this emoji down in the comments so that I can say thank you so much for joining me tonight and watching all the way to the end. And thank you so much for spending your time with me tonight. I had such a wonderful time with you guys, and I hope that you enjoyed this bundle as much as I did. And I will see you right back here next Monday for a brand new video. Bye.